Okay, recording has started. And a little bit of an intro. My name is Eric Jackson, despite what it may say in the bottom of my screen. I'm not Caitlin Whitney. Uh, my name is Eric Jackson. I'm a yoga teacher and an Ayurvedic health counselor based in Ellsworth, Maine, up near Acadia National Park. And we are fortunate to be joined by Dr. Shantanu here today. This was originally going to be a one-off, but because of the depth of the subject, we're going to make it a two-part series. So Dr. Shantanu has a clinic based in India, and I'm going to pass it along to him now.
Namaste everyone. Myself, Dr. Shantanu. I am from India. Thank you so much for your introduction. I'm an Ayurvedic doctor in India. I'm a medical astrologer. I do yoga and all those things that comes under this Vedic culture of healing. So I belongs from this culture. It's my seventh generation into this healing world. And yes, today we're going to see about the basic principles of Ayurveda. And the next section, we're going to move to the real topic that is about the gut issues. So because we can't directly jump to the gut issues, we require some basic knowledge so that we can understand the issue regarding with the gut. So I'm going to share my screen for the presentation. Can you see my screen? Hello.
Yes, we can see it.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
So just a minute. So we move to the topic that is the healing the gut, the Ayurveda solution for the IBS and the modern digestive disorder. With me, Dr. Shantanu. So in the first slide, we're gonna see about the actual definition of health as per the Ayurveda. So there's a shloka in the Shushrut Samhita. The Shushrut Samhita is a classical text where the Acharya Shushrut has gave his commentaries about the doshas, about the health. So the shloka is usually in the Sanskrit text, but for the understanding, the font we have made in the English so that you can understand. So the shloka is like that: the Sama dosha, Sama agnisha, Sama dhatu, malakriya, prasanna atma, indriya manah, swastha iti abhi dhyate. So this shloka is been mentioned in the Shushru Samhita. This shloka states that the individual is in the perfect health when all the three doshas, in the later section, we're going to see about the three doshas, what is doshas. So the three doshas are the Vata, Pitta, and the Kapha. The digestive fire, that is the Agni, which related with the metabolism, and all the body tissues, those are the Sapt Dhatus, and all the excretory function, that is the physiological function of urination and defecation, are in the perfect order and the balance with the happy sense, mind, and the souls. So this is the definition of health as per Acharya Shushruth, which states that the equilibrium of the sama dosh, that means the equilibrium should be there with the doshas, the agni, the dhatus, the mala, with the atma, that is the soul, the indriya, that is the sensory part. This all together entities in the equilibrium states the health. So individual who is healthy, you will see all these elements in the equilibrium position. Now we're gonna see the next slide, which is about the what is the aim of Ayurveda. So again, this okay. So usually the aim of Ayurveda is to balance the doshas, to balance the mala, to balance the saptadhatus in particular order. That is the main of aim of the Ayurveda. And there's another shloka about the aim of Ayurveda, which states that Sukh Ayu. That means you individuals should have possess the happiness through if once you are all the dhatus, all these things are in the equilibrium that will regards to the perfect health. So that is the main aim of the Ayurveda. Whoever is healthy should be healthy. That is the aim of Ayurveda, and who has been diseased, this needs to be treated. So this are here are the few basic entities. We will start with the Panch Mahabhuta. That is a very basic entity in the Ayurveda text, which states the theory of five elements. And here, all these things in the universe is made up of this Panch Mahabhuta or the five elements. So these are the Prithvi, Jala, Agni, Vayu, and the Akash. So the Prithvi Mahabhuta is been correlated with the earth element. Similarly, the Jala that Mahabhuta is correlated with the watery element. The Agni is correlated with the fire. The Vayu is correlated with the air. The Akash Mahabhuta is correlated with the ether. So similarly, these are the five Panch Mahabhut or the five basic elements of the Ayurveda principle. Now, there's another slide which states about the definition of the doshas. The three doshas, they are the Vata, Pitta, and the Kapha. So the definition of doshas, the first is Dushanti iti dosha. Is a classical text context which states that those which vitiated the other substances after getting themselves vitiated are known as the doshas. Similarly, in another commentary, it's been stated that dustim gatva vyadhim jnaniti iti dosha. Those which produce disease when vitiated. Let's say if the Vata has been vitiated, it will cause the Vatic disorders. If the Pitta has been vitiated, it will cause the Pittic disorders. Similarly, if the Kapha has been vitiated, it will cause the Kaphic disorders. And similarly, if maybe the two doshas are also involved, the particular if they are vitiated, they will all cause the particular diseases. Similarly, in another context, it states that प्रकृति ज्ञानित्व सति स्वतंत्रेणि दुष्टि कर्तृत्वम दोषत्वम. It states that those which give rise to a specific temperament by the birth and which can produce the disease independently is known as the dosha. So this is all about the dosha, and they are the three. The number one is Vata, number second is Pitta, and then number Kapha. In the next slide, we will see what are Vata, what is Pitta, what is Kapha, and how they are correlated with the Panch Mahabhut, that means the five elements. You can see this is a well drawn diagram about the three doshas to understand here the Vata, Pitta, and the Kapha. So firstly, we will start with the Vata dosha. You can see the sky color Vata dosha. The Vata dosha is made up of air, that means the Vayu Mahabhuta, plus ether, that was the Akash Mahabhuta. So Vata dosha is comprises of your air element and the ether elements. The Vata dosha is having the qualities like it is light in the nature, it is cold, it is rough, it is dry, it is mobile, and it is the subtle. Individuals who are Vatic Prakriti is much more dominant, you will see the hair texture will be dry, it will be rough hair, the skin texture it will be dry, rough, flanking, and the cold. The body frame will be thin and light. Bowels will be irregular and dry. The sleep pattern it will be scanty and can be easily disturbed. The mental activity you can see it will be mobile, it will think, act fast, creative, imaginative, impulsive, easily confused. The emotional tendency it will be excitable, difficult to commit, fearful, and the anxious. Similarly, in the orange color, you can see the Pitta dosha, and it is made up of fire element and the water element. That means the Agni Mahabhuta and the Jala Mahabhuta. So its quality will be it will be slight oily, penetrating, sharp, hot, light flowing. So these are the qualities of Pitta dosha. In the Pittic Prakriti individual, you will see the hair will be medium, fully, may bald later, body frame will be medium and the stocky. The sleep will be regular, average length, sharp learning, ambitious, goal oriented, impatience, perfectionist. The emotional tendency will be passionate, dynamic, irritable, and angry. Similarly, you can see the skin will be quite oily, warm to touch. The balls will be regular, tend towards loose. Mental activity will be focused and the intelligent. Similarly, you can see for the green color, you can see the Kapha dosha. It is made up of the earth, that is the Prithvi Mahabhuta, and the water, that is the Jala Mahabhuta. So the qualities will be it will be cold in the nature, it will be heavy by heavy in the nature, it will be sticky, it will be the stable, moist, it will be dull, it will be smooth and the soft. The hair texture it will be dry, rough. Skin will be dry, rough, flaking cold. The body frame will be large and heavy. Balls will be bulky and oily. Sleep will be deep sleep, long hours. The mental activity will be the slow, organized, patient, calm. The emotional tendency will be gentle, loving, caring, empathic, and sensitive. So these are the qualities of Vata, Pitta, and the Kapha. Usually these Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, they are present throughout the body because you can see these all five Panchamahabhutas, it will be present throughout our body in the each organ, in the each place, and there will be distribution of Vata, Pitta, and Kapha throughout our body. An individual who is healthy will have those those three doshas will be in the equilibrium. That means the ratio of vata to the pitta to the kapha will be in the equal proportion when the particular individual is the healthy. And once there is a disturbance due to any other causative factor, this will lead to the disease. Let's suppose if you are talking about the gut issues, you will see the more vitiation of the pitta doshas by the vata, by the kapha, or any other dushyas will lead to the digestive disorders. Now we are collating as already we have stated about Panch Mahabhuta and the three dosh. That is the vata dosha. It is made up of your Akash Mahabhuta and the uh, Mahabhuta. Similarly, the kapha is made up of the earth and the water element. The pit is made up of the water and the fire element, and the vata is made of the space element and the air element. Now, the three doshas and the Panch Mahabhuta, through this diagram, through this image, you can see that the this upper side, you can see the five Mahabhutas uh, and the three doshas plus the soul, that means with the Atma, that means internal energy. If they are in the equilibrium proportion, the three doshas, it will lead to the health. And if there is a disequilibrium of these three doshas, that means it will lead to the disease. At the minute level, you can understand that means if there is a vitiation, that means that the Panch Mahabhutas are also involved. Now, as I already stated about the Sapta Dhatus, in the first sloka that we have stated that it should for the health, your Sapta Dhatus, the three doshas, the three malas, it should be in the equilibrium. Now we are talking about the Sapta Dhatus. So what are these Sapta Dhatus? They are the seven body tissues element. Where they start with the Rasa Mahabhut is also correlated with the plasma, blood plasma. Similarly, the Rakt, that means the blood elements. The number three is the Mamsa or the muscle element. The number fourth is the Meda, or the you can call it the adipose tissue, the fat. Similarly, the Asti Mahabhut or the bone element. Then the Majja Dhatu, or we can call it with the bone marrow. And the Shuka Dhatu, that means the sperm and the ova, that the gametes. So these all seven dhatus are in this synchronized way. How? It's just like with the help through the rasa mahabhut, that means the rasa dhatu, it will lead to the formation of the rakta dhatu, and this rakta dhatu will lead to the formation of mamsa dhatu. This mamsa dhatu will lead to the formation of meta dhatu. This meta dhatu will lead to the formation of asti dhatu. This asti dhatu will lead to the formation of majja dhatu, and this majja dhatu will lead to the formation of the shukra dhatu, that means the gametes. So it is in the synchronized way. If there is a vitiation of any of them, or there is a disequilibrium of these elements, that means the body tissue, this will also lead to the disease. And all these things needs to be in the equal proportion if you want to keep your health perfect. Now we're going to talk about the three malas, as in the shloka also we stated that these three, that means the malas should also be in the equilibrium. Here, the three malas are, the first is the purish, that means the fecal material. The number second, that is the mutra, that means the urine. And the number three is the sweda, or as a sweat. So these all three together is called as the three malas. The three means the three, mala means the waste products. And these needs to be in the equilibrium proportion. Now we're gonna talk about the Agni Mahabhut, or the Agni, that is the metabolic fire. Agni is the invariable agent in the process of the Paka, that is the digestion and the transformation. Ingested food is to be digested, absorbed, assimilated, which is unavoidable for the maintenance of life, and is performed by the Agni. So usually the role of Agni is to metabolize the matter what we consume. That means if we are consuming the food material, then how this food is being digested, then the absorption, the assimilation of the food, this all things are been under the Agni. The Agni has been divided into 13 types. So it is 13 types. The one is the Jathar Agni, and the Jathar Agni, the position of Jathar Agni is that means the Pakvasthana, that means the duodenum, that means the small intestine region. That is, the another is the five bhutagni. That means it will digest the panch mahabhutas, and the seven dhatvagnis to form the seven body elements. The Jatharagni is the most important one, which digests the four types of food and the transform into rasa and the mala. So usually the four types of food, the food material that we are, let's say it may be lickable, it may be in the soft nature, maybe masticated, or maybe in the juice form. So these are the four types of food that we take, and these all the types, that means four types of food, is converted into the rasa, which get absorbed, and the mala that will be excrete out through the body. That means the three mala that we have stated. The five bhutagnis acts on the respective bhutic proportion of the food and thereby nourishes the bhutas in the body. So that means that that was say this bhuta agni, it will digest the matter and it will convert to these panch mahabhutas, or it will lead to the nourishment of these mahabhutas. The last part is the seven dhatva agni act on the respective dhatus, by which each dhatu is broken into the three parts. So usually what happens that the matter is been digested in this, that means the form of rasa, rakta, mans, med, asti, maja, shukra, and that will lead to the nourishment of these dhatus. And this all together worked in very synchronized manner, and to have a perfect health, your agni should be balanced. And this subject will be more important because we are discussing about the gut issues, and to have a to have healthy gut, you should have agni in the proper section. That means you should have the proper functioning of the Jatharagni, which is situated in the your pakwas, that means pakwas, duodenum, that means small intestine region, to the bhuta, the five bhutagnis, which will lead to the formation, nourishment of these five panch mahabhutas, and the seven dhatvagni, that means it will lead to the nourishment of the sapt dhatu, starting with the ras dhatu to rakt, mans, meda, asti, majja, and the shukra. So if individual who's not having a good digestive fire or the metabolic fire, you will see you may have rasa, that means you may have less plasma, or maybe you may have some blood issues. Mams, that means the fleshy part, you may have the lacking, or maybe issues related with your uh, bone marrow, and then it lead to the formation having less gamete production, or maybe you have a Barbalia, or maybe Shukrishya, like this, sexual disorders. So all these things is in this synchronized manner. If you have to treat an individual, you should keep a balance on all these saptadhatus. That means if, let's suppose, if individual is having issues related with the sexual issues, so it's not required to boost the shukra dhatus. Firstly, you will have to see to nourish the rasa dhatu. The ras dhatu will nourish the rakta. Rakta dhatu will to asti, to mans, meda, then to asti, then majja, and then the majja will lead to the nourishment of the shukra dhatu. So this is the in this synchronized manner. Now, it's also another important topic is understanding the Agni and its states. States that usually the Agni states, we have four types of Agnis. That is the first is the state is the Visham Agni. that is the irregular digestion. Usually, you will see the this type of Visham Agni is individual who is having who is more Vatic Prakriti, having more Vat characteristic, or maybe the Vata dosha is more dominant in in those particular individuals. So you will see their bowel habits are not regular. They may be having coast, that means hard bowels, may be there in the Visham Agni. Similarly, if we'll talk about the Tikshna Agni, that is the hypermetabolism, individuals who are more Pittic Prakriti. So in those cases, you will see the metabolism will be very, very fast. Uh, they may have like more frequent to the bowel habits, maybe loose motions also. So those things are more prone in the Pittic Prakritis, those who are having the more heat into the body. So this has been subjected to the Tikshnagni. Then we're going to talk about the Mandagni. So Mandagni is the hypometabolism. So individuals who are kaphic prakriti, I mean those who are more kaphic, you will see the metabolism is very slow. Uh, is not that much quick. So that will lead to the hypometabolism. And the Saman Agni, that means it is in the balanced digestion. So individual who's having the Agnis and all states are in the balanced condition, you will see is called as the Sama Agni. So the digestion will be in the balanced state, that means in the healthy proportions. So this is all about the uh, Agni and its states. In the next section, we're gonna talk about much more about Agnis and that means the gut issues and the disorders to the IBS, to the Crohn disease, and all other chronic GI issues. So that will this particular section will help you to understand in the later section how these Agnis and this metabolic things are working in the digestive disorders. So yes, and to check the doshas, the dominancy of doshas, you can see the slide which is having that diagram presentation of Vata, Pitta, and the Kapha. You will see the characteristic feature of Vata, Pitta, and the Kapha, by which we can correlate, and you can check by yourself that you to which doshas that which dosha is more dominant in your body. You can check by yourself by your gut issues. You can check, so that will help you to understand more about your body and actually this is the principle of treatment also, because if patient comes to us, firstly we just evaluate that the dominancy of particular dosha which is more dominant, then we just move to just ask the individuals about their habits and all, and the treatment is just opposite to the doshas. Let's say if individual who came with this hypermetabolism, so usually the individual is more pithic. So we will try to give the treatment which is opposite to the pitta, because the pitta is more heat, is related to the more heat. So what we will try to give the drugs which is the cooling in the nature. Similarly, individuals who came with the hypometabolism, we will give the drugs which is the more tikshna, that means it is having more heat, the heat producing. So this is the mode of treatment in the by the help of Agni and the doshas, the doshas. Now we're gonna talk about the Vishamagni, as I already stated about the Vishamagni, that Vishamagni is the irregular digestion. This is linked to the Vata dosha. The state is the characterized by the symptoms like gas, bloating, constipation, and unpredictable emotions like anxiety, restlessness. So all these things, all these characteristics are subjected to the Visham Agni, uh, which is linked to the Vata dosha. Similarly, we're going to see about the Tikshna Agni, which is the hypermetabolism, is associated with the Pitta dosha. The state features symptoms such as the heartburn, the rapid digestion, the emotional heat like anger and the impatience. So this is related with the Tikshna Agni. You can see the next is the Mandagni, that is the hypometabolism is tied to Kapha dosha. This state leads to symptoms like heaviness, the slow metabolism, the emotional expression like sadness and the lethargy, and the last is the Samagni, that is the balanced digestion, that is the ideal state, indicates the balanced doshas and leads to the perfect health, balanced emotions, and a strong ability to the handle stressor. So this is all about the Agni states. And in the next section, we're going to see about how we can manage the Agni and how this Agni is related with the diseases, how they are causing the diseases. So this is about the Agni states. I just want to mention one more thing here that usually if individuals who doesn't have that good digestion, that will lead to the formation of ama. Ama is like is a toxin, so that toxin will leads to the uh, disease. So in the next section, we're going to see about the ama and how this, let us say, if individual is having vishamagni, that means the irregular digestion, and this particular process will continue. This will lead to the formation of ama, accumulation of ama in the body, and you will see the individual, he himself is feeling that something is going on. Maybe like the symptoms that I mentioned is like bloating, constipation, unpredictable emotions, like this, all these things. Uh, and so the line of treatment will be pachana. That means the digestion of the ama. That means the toxin. So we will choose the drugs just opposite to the Agni. That means in the Visham Agni, that is the little bit the Vata. So we will give the drug which is opposite to the qualities of the Vata. Similarly, in the Tikshna Agni, what the drugs we will choose? We will choose the drugs which is just opposite to the Pitta, because the Tikshna is subjected to the Pitta dosha. The next part, that is the Mandagni. In the Mandagni section, we will see this. We will see. We will give the drugs which is just opposite to the Kapha dosha, and the Samagni. That means it is the already in the balanced state, so it is the completely normal and the perfect health condition. So this is all about Agni and its states. So thank you so much for attending this. And meanwhile, you can ask the questions, whatever that comes to your mind, and we will try to answer those questions. And the next section, we're gonna move to the disease, completely to diseases. We just started with the that means Agni, the armor, and the various disorders, the modern disorders, and their treatment, how we can manage it to the natural processes, the role of Ayurveda, role of Panchkarma to it. So in the next section, we're gonna see about the diseases. So thank you so much, and hello.